What's up everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Land, and today I have over 80 unique facts and secrets about the brand new Wave 4 of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Pass. So we're going to get into a ton of details and just kind of spit them at you as we find them. Of course, some of them are probably ones that you know, and some are some secret ones that you probably don't know. But without further ado, let's jump into our crazy list we have here. First off, you can see tulips and other types of flowers all throughout Amsterdam Drift, but they are extremely, and I mean extremely low poly. They almost look like paper flowers from the Origami King, but you know what? At least they're trying to put stuff in the background. Yes, you can actually hit the windmills, and they do have sounds as they're moving, and you can hear the wind blowing them. You know, Daisy was advertised a lot for this track in Tour, and we can see signs that says Daisy's Flower Market all over the track. I looked up a list of the game's advertisements, and I don't think we've had Sunshine Parts and Fun Flower yet. If you want the Patuis to have items that they're blowing, make sure you go to turn off custom items and leave it to normal items or frantic items, because they will not have items for some reason. Even if you have all your custom items turned on, they will not have them in their mouths. And yes, you can hit the Patuis with items and their items will fling forward, but they don't go on the track. They kind of just fling anywhere forward and they shoot very far. I mean, sometimes you'll absolutely lose the item and have no clue where it goes. It's kind of hard to get that item to land in front of you. So I don't really know if this is going to be meta or not. It's really going to come to luck if the item bounces off the wall or something at the right angle. Patuis are on a constant cycle throughout the map. They don't just randomly spawn. They actually spawn from this riverbed, and you can actually see them walking up the rocks when they spawn in, and they spawn from kind of underneath the bridge, so you can't actually see them appear, which is a nice way to hide it. You can see a little parrot sitting here on the vines above the track. Once again, the Patuis are on a constant cycle, which means they'll continue walking along the entire path until they get to the top, and yep, they'll jump into the waterfall, or literally off the waterfall. And if you sit here by the waterfall, you can actually catch some of them dropping. I guess there's no other place for them to go but down, which is kind of sad. I guess they're okay. Maybe they just go back in the water and rinse and repeat. This is the only thing they do all day. Also, inside the cave is lit up by these blue glowy mushrooms. Next up, we have DK Summit, which is more DK themed than ever. You have a DK cannon sign right before going up the giant lift, and the barrel now no longer says anything with DK on it, which is kind of DKing the track, if you will, but it's like a barrel covered in snow and ice now. The area where you pass through in the bars lift now make a different tone instead of the ding dong sound we've heard in the original track on the Wii. It's harder to hear through recording, but it definitely makes a sound, if that helps. I'm sorry. The DK statue now replaces the Mario statue, and it's now wooden instead of stone like in Tour. Going into the deep snow sections will give you the freeze effect on the sides of your screen. The little hills are now bigger hills going down the mountain, and they will throw you around. It is once again possible to hit the gap shortcut. There's different ways you can take it. You can take a higher, safer route, or you can take a lower route. But yeah, you just have to time it down. I don't know the exact path, but you can do it. Definitely without a mushroom. With the mushroom, you can pretty much just do this how you want. And finally, you can once again see yourself on the Jumbotron. Say hello. I made a whole video talking about Yoshi's Island, so let's make this one kind of quicker. For one, you can see Poochie on Yoshi's mailbox. You can also see the walk platforms and pegs from Yoshi's Island, and the stilt guys, when you bump into them, they actually make sounds. You can see pedal guys walking in the background, and also the red tulip flowers from the game. You can see Chain Chomps bouncing and moving the same way they do in Yoshi's Island, where they jump in the foreground and make a hole in the ground, and you can see the Huff and Puffs actually walking and the little sweat marks coming from their face, and you can bounce off of them and make the boing sound from Yoshi's game as well. You can see a curved piranha plant on the tree that's supposed to look like the ones from the game, and you have Yoshi themed coins all over the track that even have a little sound just like the ones in the game. You can see crabs in the water section that are supposed to reference the Claw Daddies. You can make out the vases from Yoshi's Island up on the windowsills of the castle, and I wonder if Roger the Potted Ghost is in one of them. The cave section is obviously a reference to the underground cave levels of Yoshi's Island, and also you can see Goonie birds flying around in the sky. You can see the Neppy Nut water monster in the background, and the question flower has sounds, and the bridge makes sounds as well from the game. The ring flower you hop through also makes sounds as well as it spins around. And the bridge only lasts for about 20 seconds, and it also has the go away sound from Yoshi's Island as well. You can see an illustration of Yoshi and Baby Mario that comes from Yoshi's Touch and Go, and you can see Yoshi's house accompanied by his fireplace. There's also a sound effect if you fall off the track or take damage. And there's also some musical references. You'll hear the Yoshi's Island stage start jingle at the start of the race. And when the race is over, you'll hear the goal/victory theme from Yoshi's Island, which is an amazing touch.
Hey, Nin10doland paid me to kind of just come by and say subscribe, because I can tell you're enjoying the video. You're smiling. Look, literally, I can see you smiling. So why not subscribe? It makes it, just click it. You know, you're having fun so far. You might as well. Okay, back to the video, or whatever. I'm new at this, so yeah, back to the video.
In Bangkok Rush, instead of low poly flowers, you have low poly fruit and all the different vendors and markets down the streets. This track now has fireworks in the sky and a moving Ferris wheel, unlike the Tour version. Towards the market area, unlike Tour, there's only one board that goes up onto the canopies on the roof area. The other board is still there though, but it's just laying on the ground this time. You can see posters for spiked seafood, fresh shrimp, crab, and oysters, and we see the return of the Kung Fu Master Lakitu poster. We come up to a street with tons of new advertisement signs, and one of the signs actually says restaurant in a light blue color that kind of matches Kamek, because you can also make out shapes below that matches the colored shapes that comes out of his wand. You can also make out signs for a new Warp Pipe Inn and a Hotel 1-Up mushroom sign. There's also a golf cart here by the Toads, probably for tours, and it's probably how they got here. And the garage actually has numbers on the floors as you go up, and there's only 2 floors. And there's cars parked at the top of the garage with the Mario Kart MK plates as well. And there appears to be a little parking spot, as if Lakitu could pull up in there. Although it's a weird parking garage with only 3 spots at the top floor, which is weird. In the section where you bounce off the tents, you can actually get to the bottom floor, back all the way up, and see all the different type of shops and vendors. Most of it is food. You'll even see like little pieces of watermelon on sticks, mustard and ketchup containers, different ramen bowls, and different types of ice cream and dishes laid out. There's even like a shop for dresses, which is really cool, but a whole bunch of different drinks as well, and more fruit, which is pretty cool. Mario Circuit now has a leadership board at the very start of the race. Peach's castle resembles that of 64 with the little bridge that goes over the river, but the castle itself actually kind of looks like the one from Odyssey. It's lifted, and the towers actually have a different design this time. This track now has spotted hills off in the background. The piranha plants now shoot fire at you on this track, and the fire will always go in the same path, so you don't have to worry about them switching up or shooting it in different directions. You can see Wiggler sleeping, but what's interesting is Wiggler doesn't wake up based on the lap that you're on. He actually wakes up after a certain amount of time, and I think it's right around 1 minute and 30 seconds you'll see Wiggler actually wake up and start walking around. So it's actually kind of unique to see Wiggler being based off of an in-game timer. Waluigi Stadium has a brand new Jumbotron with his picture on the right side, and also the list of the racers on the left, and of course you're on the live screen. The audience is all holding purple glow sticks, and you can see the occasional camera flash in the audience as well, but there's also an advertisement for PAL. I don't know if this is new, I haven't seen it anywhere else, and it's very interesting. Is this for like the PAL region for this game or something? I don't know. You can see a Mario Kart TV helicopter recording the event live from the top of the stadium, which is pretty cool. The track itself actually has a lot of water and mud this time for a lot of detail. There's also tons of forklifts, construction trucks, and even dump trucks all over the track now. And there seems to be tires literally everywhere on this track now, even marking shortcuts. Some of the metal piranha plant contraptions are now angled upward, and actually they make a metal screeching sound as they come out and go back in, and you can listen to it. Of course, you also have the newly added paths above you that you can hop on from the ramps, an advertisement that says Tropical Bakery that appears to be new. There's also a road service MAA advertisement that could be new as well. Then finally we have Singapore Speedway, where the first thing is there's a cannon with a bomb fuse on it. You can actually see the fuse sparkling up. You can see Goombas and inner tube floaties in the swimming pool, and you can actually just bounce off of them. They don't seem to do damage to you, but if you dash through them or hit them with something, they'll disappear and then respawn shortly after. You can actually land in the soccer pitch if you drop straight down, and you can even back up and play around inside of it for a little bit. You can also hear the crowd cheering a lot louder once you're in here. There's a section where you'll enter kind of like an oriental village town, and the music actually changes to fit the theme as well. Back in the market area, there's actually food shops with different fruits and vegetables and stuff to purchase at the different stands. You can even see Yoshi sitting down and Toads and Shy Guys eating at the tables, which is pretty cool. Now 3 lifts instead of 2 at the end of the route, and no, you can't jump back onto the soccer pitch afterwards. And on the ground section, there's now stacks of Goombas walking around. And that was 80 plus new facts and secrets about the brand new wave. Let me know in the comments down below how excited you are about this wave. Is this one of your favorites? Is this one of your least favorites? And what's your favorite track and your least favorite track within this wave? And let me know why. And if you found any other secrets, also comment them down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario Kart and Nintendo in general. And I will see you all on the next one. See you guys.